kids done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. That Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
Upgrade.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Point of Maine.
Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
And my third favorite weapon that I found.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
Power shot.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give a kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. The grand rail's all grown over with things the Calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by.
No, man.
Lunkheads settled in like they owned the place. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers, coughing fungus everywhere.
Everywhere. It seems to be the same speed. That's nice.
Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times. The Caelondian War, 50 years ago, doomed to happen again. It was right here that Zolf's forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye?
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Oh, it's not too bad.
But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you. At first, he thinks it's Zulf. Turns out he's wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham! When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Hey, it's nighttime.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get.
That's another one of the side stories you can access. They pretty much all just sit in this general area.
The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. The brushers, they moved in shadows, but the calamity found them.
I think there's an achievement for getting all of those.
Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking.
Maybe later. As much as I like that rifle,
Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances. The shards are getting harder to find.
very, very easy to do the trigger hill. But, story time!
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time.
I do love the art style in this game.
The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands.
Oh, my favorite track again, or one of them.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you?
God, this thing's kicking my ass.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here, but we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt.
I hate that.
The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs.
What did I hit? Come on.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. Place as inhospitable as they come.
I'm doing really bad. I should be
But
targeting
still we
things,
pressed on.
but it's pointing in random directions.
After all, when we look down inside Culford Cauldron, look down through all the smoke and flames,
See, why wasn't I looking over there when I targeted? That doesn't make any sense.
we saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog.
Why are they even
Kid's
here?
thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Why was it pointing that way?
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Kid don't shed any tears for him, though. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
Still volcanic-ish.
It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney.